Today on the channel, we're going to take a look at some classic Ace Frehley. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover some really cool Ace Frehley songs off of the original debut solo album by Ace Frehley when he was with Kiss back from 1978. Ace Frehley was a huge influence on me, as well as probably most of you watching this video. Admittedly so, Ace Frehley probably is not the most technical player in the world, but you know, that doesn't matter. Ace had the look. He had the songs, and man, Kiss was a great band. So Kiss are still a great band, just not the same band that they were back in the 70s. Anyway, we're gonna cover several songs. I'm not gonna do New York Groove. In the description below, I've got a link for a YouTube video of New York Groove that I recorded and sang on quite a while ago. So I'm gonna put that in the description, so you can check that out if you want. And also, in this video, we're going to cover Rip It Out. I'm going to show you how to play Rip It Out, including the guitar solo. We're going to cover the main parts of 3 other songs, Speedin' Back to My Baby, Snowblind, and What's on Your Mind. We're going to cover those. So some of my favorite tunes off of the Ace Frehley solo album. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. And you know what? Maybe I'll do more of the Ace Frehley tunes. Maybe I'll cover some of the Paul Stanley album. We'll see. Put in the description below if there's any more Kiss songs you want me to cover and things like that. So I'm always open for suggestions, just short on time. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at Rip It Out. On this album, Ace Frehley is tuned to E flat, probably because of vocal range, probably so, and E flat sounds cool. E flat's got a great tone to it, so I am tuned to E flat. If you want to play along to the record, it's all in E flat from what I can tell. All right, so Rip It Out is in the key of E, in this case E flat, and there's basically a verse part and a pre-chorus and a chorus part throughout the song. There's a really cool drum solo in the middle, and then the guitar solo. So let's cover the verse, pre-chorus, and the chorus chords really quickly, and then I'll break down this guitar solo for you, okay? So the verse goes like this. And he plays that progression several times while he sings the verse. That's also the intro. So what I'm doing basically is I'm taking an E chord, I'm taking a D, I'm taking a C sharp, then an A, and a B. So it's this, just power chords. And when I get to this B, I'm going. I'm just taking my ring finger and my pinky, and I'm playing this E, and I'm leaving this finger alone. I'm going back to the B, right? I'm going to chug on this low E. I'm palm muting. That's the verse, okay? And then during the pre-chorus, he goes. There's a little bit of a G and an A there. Then he changes key for the chorus, and the chorus is a D and a C and a G. It goes. And then we go up to. like that. And that's right before the next verse. So let me unpack this a little bit, okay? So after the verse is pre-chorus, key change in the chorus, then he has to come out of this back into another verse. A, B. Then he goes right back into the verse. And we repeat that whole thing all over again. When it gets back to the very end where he does that, he holds this B, and that's what he says, I hope you suffer, right? And then the drums, Anton Fig does that drum part. Now, after that drum part, during the drum part, there's some punches where he goes, what he's doing there is a D sharp, and an E. Now you got to listen to the record to get the timing right, because there's hits that Anton comes out of some fills, and he pushes those chords a little bit. So he does that 4 times, and that's when he breaks into the guitar solo with a big pick slide. And the guitar solo is all over. So we're going to be playing over those chords. So the guitar solo sounds like this. I'll play the guitar solo for you, and then I'll do it in 4 phrases, because there's 4 basic phrases you got to learn on this solo. So the first thing is he starts off with a really cool pick slide. So I try to get the E and the A string, maybe a little bit of the D. All right, so the solo goes like this. That's a hard one to do. We're up there in the B minor pentatonic position. It's almost like you got to put your guitar up like this and go like a... I can't even do it. Very hard to get into that position with this little heel on the guitar. All right, so let's break this solo down. It's all in E minor pentatonic. Ace Frehley loved to do this bend that goes... This old Chuck Berry. Very basic stuff, but it's effective, right? And that's what we love about Ace Frehley. We don't want Ace Frehley to kick into the solo and be like, you know, like Eddie or something crazy. We want Ace to be like, with his jewelry hitting the strings and his bracelet getting caught on the pickups and stuff like that. That's what we like about Ace. Well, at least that's what I like about Ace. I'm sure you do too. But so this first part of the solo, phrase 1 goes. So what I did there was slowly, all I'm doing is taking the G string, and I'm going to bend that up 1 step, and I'm doing the B and the E string. I go on the B and the E string, and then on the B string on the 15th, I bend up 1 fret, 1 step. I put some vibrato on it, so, and I go. So I'm doing like a ghost bend. I'm bending the note up and I'm hitting it, raking, and bringing it down. And then on the G string, what I did there was 12 and 14, a pull off, and I bend that 14th fret up 1 step. So, Okay, phrase 2 starts off with the same lick, right? And then he goes. This is ingenious here because whether he knew it or not, Ace Frehley changed to the major key, and he's playing this G sharp on the 16th fret. He's on the 16th fret. So what he's doing, he's taking the 16th fret and he's bending it up so it sounds like an A on the 17th. You could go 17, 16 a few times, and then bend that 17th fret up a whole step and put some vibrato on it. But I think it sounds better to go is bend that 16th fret up a half step and release. And Ace is digging in right there. He's like, you hear a lot of that choppiness on your pick. I kind of pick with the side of my pick to get that Ace Frehley sound out of it. It's very Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page picked a lot of the times with his, like the side of his pick and dug in like that so you could really hear the crispness of those notes, right? So part of that also is Ace was playing probably through a plexi, probably an old Marshall plexi from the 70s or maybe a 69, and those amps sound like that. I mean, they're super loud and they don't have a lot of gain, and that was Ace's tone. So the second phrase, all right, back into familiar territory. Same lick on phrase 3, then we go. And it sounds like he's doing this on the record. I can't quite get it, but I think this is it. It's as close as you're going to get, I think, without seeing Ace do it. And I didn't pull up any videos of Ace playing it live, but Lord knows what Ace is, how he's playing it nowadays. But nothing against him, but I mean, who knows? So I'm on the B string and I'm on 4 and 2 and open. And I'm pulling off. Very Jimmy Page. I think he does it like 3 times. Then we're going to do this octave bend. So what I'm doing on that octave bend is I'm on the 4th fret on the B string with my pointer finger, and I'm on the 6th fret on the G string. So together they sound like this. But you're going to bend this G string up so it's they match it in unison. So we're going to go up a fret, go up 2, go up 2, and we're going to ride that chromatically up. So we're back up in this E minor pentatonic position. So that third phrase is okay, so then the last part is so it goes same thing. Then we're going to go with the side of our pick. We're going to release that note. We're going to kind of retard that note going down. And we're going to pull off 15 to 12 with your ring finger to your pointer. Like that. And we're going to be in the B minor pentatonic position. So I'm going to show you down here. This is B minor here, which is on the 7th fret. But it's also up here, which is way up on the 19th fret. So it's really hard to reach, but that lick goes. So after he goes. He takes that same little lick from E minor, but he does it in B minor. I think on the record he doubles it. I think he plays it down here on the lower side, and then he's up here going like that, okay? So take that lick and transpose it up here. Cool, and that's all of Rip It Out. That's Rip It Out right there. So hope that was helpful. By the way, if you like this guitar was a guitar I recently built. It's got TN Tones pickups in it. Those guys were nice enough to send me a foundation pickup and the EVH Brown one. They got a Brown sound pickup. And I've got a link in the description as well of the video of me assembling this kit. There's the unboxing, and then there's the assembly and the building of this kit. So check it out. Also, the link of me playing New York Groove is down there as a reminder. Something you can't unhear once you hear it. So let's talk about Speedin' Back to My Baby, okay? This is a Ace Frehley Love This Lick, like we talked about. Well, guess what? That lick makes its appearance in Speedin' Back to My Baby. And the opening lick sounds like this. Okay, and he doubles it up here in G. Very weird timing. It's you know, it's kind of like Ace was on drugs playing it. No comment. Anyway, so what that lick is we're in G minor pentatonic. This song is in G, and he kind of crosses over between G minor and G major, but we're going to be going just like the lick we learned up here in E minor. He's going to go like this. That's a pull-off, pinky to pointer finger. So we're going from 6 to 3. And then this next time he goes. Very weird timing. And I'm just down picking. And there's an up pick on, there's only one up pick on this where I'm doing the high E string like that. And then if you go up here 12 frets up, he plays the same thing but an octave higher, okay? Now the chords for that song, I'll go over those briefly. He goes. That's the verse. So we're doing basically, it's kind of like a ZZ Top shuffle. G to C to a D. But the cool little Kiss Ace Frehley thing that he does in here is he chugs on this G. Then he goes. So what I'm doing there is this little blues thing, like that, but he's only going once. Then he goes, which is an F to a C. Then he goes, which is a G to a D. So I'm taking this power chord, and I'm going to play that once. It's almost like we're doing a sus chord, but it's not a sus, it's an actual F chord. And then the G to D. So that little rhythm, to make it sound right, you got to be like. All right, cool. So I hope that makes sense. And then the little turnaround before the chorus goes. So that's when he says, maybe I should turn around, maybe I should stop. He goes D to C, D to E. Then he goes up to a F. So he slides up, then his whole steps, like a D sharp to a F. So one more time, that turnaround is. Speedin' back to my baby. And that whole chorus is G, C, G, so C, 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 G. And we do that little thing again. All right, Speed Back to My Baby. Now we're going to go to Snowblind, a song in my early years of my life. So early, I thought Ace Frehley was a chick. I was like, man, that's a good-looking girl in Kiss. But I was barely, I was maybe seven and a half, and really didn't understand the birds and the bees. I was at that age where I thought, you know, Bugs Bunny looked hot when he put on the women's clothes, which is kind of weird and awkward to talk about right now. But anyway, I thought Snowblind was about a snowstorm. Growing up in upstate New York, that was I think it was the winter of the big storm, the big blizzard of '78, maybe that's when it was. And I'm like, man, he's talking about this blizzard. I didn't find out until later what the song was about. Anyway, let's talk about the lick. There's a couple ways you can do this, and Ace is probably doubling, tripling, maybe more on this. So it's in A. So what he's doing is he's going to a C, A to C, A to a B, A to a B flat, to back to an A. All right, so there's also these chords up here. So right here, this is a C chord. I'm on the D and the G string, so I'm up on the 10th and the 12th, D and G. And then we're going to descend all the way down to this A. It kind of reminds you of, you know, Firehouse, or is that Cold Gin? We're going to take that Cold Gin chord and go up here. I guess when Ace tore out this chord, he was going to write a song about substance abuse. So anyway, so let's take a look at this lick. Or and I'm just riding that low A, bouncing my hand on the bridge pickup to control it. Got my thumb on the low E string so I don't get sloppy with it, hearing that low E. Part about playing guitar and being an experienced guitar player is not only knowing how to pick and fret certain chords, but it's how to use your fingers to mute strings when you don't want them being played, so the listener only hears the notes you're trying to play. That's one of the biggest untaught secrets, I think, in guitar playing these days, or really at all. Because these fingers are holding all these strings in place, so only this low A and these two middle strings are being played. Okay, cool. And he goes. So this is really simple. We're going A, G to C. It's so hard to feel right, girl. We're going A to G to F. I think it sounds better to go root A. And we we go back to A, G to C. Then A, G, F again. Up to a G, chromatic. Go back up to that A. Awesome, so there's Snowblind. All right, so the last song I'm going to show you for today on the Ace Frehley solo album is What's on Your Mind. This is one of my personal favorites off the album, so it's in D. So that's the verse and the intro. So what we're doing there is we're playing a D like this. And then we're going to play a C. So we're going to ride the C down. And arpeggiate. All right, and then the chorus goes. So that chorus, let's unpack that chorus. So I'm going to go right down a D major scale. And land on that G chord while I'm arpeggiating this D chord. So I'm going to go D, and I'm going to play with my pinky, this C sharp, and then we're going to play with my pointer finger, this B. Then an open A, then a G. All right, that's pretty cool. It's kind of tricky because you got to hold this D with your middle finger and your ring finger, and then ride down. Then on that chorus where he goes, what's on your mind? He goes. So we're just chugging on an A, and we're going. What I'm doing there is I'm going, but I'm holding my hand just like this. I got these fingers on the, playing the A on the A and the D string, and I'm going down to the 5th fret on the A and D. And then I'm on the D and the G string on the 7th fret, which is a D to A. So we could go. So it's A, G, D, A. It's just easier to go. All right, Ace Frehley, man, you gotta love him. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Comment below. Let me know what you think about Ace Frehley. Love him or hate him. What you think about Kiss. And hey, what do you think about this guitar, man? Check out my videos below in the description. And as always, have a great day. Peace out.